Back at Go West 23, it is great to be here at the Convention Center in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, as we continue to roll along. Joining us is Dustin Westling, who's the owner of OneWest Events out of Calgary. How you doing today?
You definitely have that hockey arena announcer voice.
Thank you.
Yes, I see it now. Yeah.
I get that all the time. When the little light goes on, I'm alive.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome. It's great to have you here, especially at an event where we missed a couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely.
How do you think the event's gone so far? As we're almost wrapped up by the time we're getting to our taping.
Listen, I think, as always, I think it's such an incredible opportunity for a lot of Albertans to get together, and that's, there's obviously people here from all over Canada, but it's such a great, you and I off camera we were talking about Calgary and Edmonton and how they're so similar in so many ways, yet they're so different.
Oh yeah.
And this is such a great opportunity to blend all that together, and I think there's something really special and powerful that happens. And it's been great. The content's been great. This venue outdoes themselves. They're just so incredible at what they do. So yeah, I think it's a great showcase of our industry.
Let's back it up a little bit. Tell us a little bit about the company. Yeah. How long have you been going for now? Because somebody might be tuning in who aren't familiar and aware, so let's kind of tell them.
Yeah, for sure. So we count it in seasons like a reality show. So I think we're on season 14.
Okay.
I started this company when I was 25, and it's been the thing and my life passion since then.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I've brought this up with every guest, and that is, if you could think back to where you were 10, 15 years ago, is this what you thought you'd be doing? A great deal of people said, no, I'm really shocked and delighted where I'm at.
Yeah.
I got into sports broadcasting. I knew it was going to be one in grade 7.
Yeah.
So I'm fascinated by the fact that this has kind of been a huge passion for you.
Yeah, it's, I definitely wouldn't say that this is where I thought I would be. And not in a good way, not in a bad way. I feel so humbled and grateful to be in the position that I'm in and work in such an incredible industry with such great clients and my team. And it's every day's an adventure, and you never know where it's going to take you next. But definitely grateful.
Adventure is a good word to use, because we've gone through a real tough 3 years. This event was put on hold really for 2.
Yeah.
How did you get through those 3 years?
Well, there was a couple things within our business that allowed us to continue to work. So we built a 7,000 square foot broadcast studio in our headquarters. So we were able to partner with a couple great companies to do virtual events within our safe facility.
Yep.
We have a commercial print shop as a part of our business unit. So we were doing a lot of event in a box and a lot of corporate gifting. And so I wouldn't say that it was great days for revenue, but it definitely was just enough to keep us going and give us hope. And I think at the end of the day, I think we needed the break in some ways.
Yeah.
I think the industry needed a bit of a break. I think things were running really, really hot for a long time, and that I wouldn't wish what we went through on anybody, but I think we learned a lot about ourselves. We learned a lot about discipline. We learned a lot about self-care. We learned a lot about mental health. That those lessons needed to be learned, and we all made ourselves promises that we were going to go back and not, event planners are famously just work themselves into the dead of the night, and we promised ourselves we weren't going to do that. I think we're doing an okay job keeping up with that, but definitely we got to, now that this sort of craziness of 2022 is behind us, we got to get refocused on that, and we got to start figuring out how do we make sure that this industry is a safe and healthy place for people to work and an attractive place for new people to come in. Well,
some people maybe get a little beaten down over everything that's happened, but I don't notice that from anybody here.
Yeah, no.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah. It sucked. We all know it sucked.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think there's many great lessons that we got to learn through that, and I hope we never have to go through it again. But I also know, as an industry, if we ever have to go through that again, we're different, we're changed, we've learned, and I think we'll weather the storm a lot better.
What do you think the biggest challenges are for this industry moving forward then?
I think that the quality of life that this industry affords people needs to improve.
Okay.
And I think that the working generation that's there right now, they're going to tough it out through to retirement. They love working this hard, but as we try and attract young people to our industry, we have to start shifting the way that we frame busyness. We we're the industry that just loves to talk about how busy we are, and it's how many people are in the room, how big are your events, how many do you do? It's just go, 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 and we have to start reframing that conversation into something that is going to create a more meaningful experience for the next generation that's going to come in, because they don't want to work like we do. We shouldn't work like we do.
I know.
And we sometimes villainize the young generation, and we're just like, it's like, yeah, but I did it, and it's like, well, that's not what they want to do.
Times change, right?
Totally. And you shouldn't have even been doing it, but you did. And
that's correct.
You can't tax the next generation behind you because you made the choice to work that way.
So it's one thing to say that, but can we do that?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I think through our associations, through conversations at events like this, I think we absolutely can. There's no, the event industry has a really small voice, and it's something that we got to work on. No one's going to change it for us. And I think that the professionals in this industry need to start making those changes. And we can't wait for this governing body that's gonna come and make all this change and give us the road to how to do it. We just have to start doing it. And as business owners and as business leaders, we just have to start implementing better strategies and sticking to them.
So your involvement in this event, you've been speaking and talking, that kind of thing. So tell everybody exactly what's your message been at this event?
I think we got to give ourselves a little bit of a break. I think that this event has been a great opportunity to reconnect with people. I think that connection was lost in a lot of ways over COVID and continues to be lost as
right.
Most of my meetings are still Zoom calls, and it's like it's created a really efficient space, but it's also just always business. You really don't get to spend a lot of personal time with people. And here, I think it's been, I've said to a few people that are like, oh, all the sessions, so many sessions. I'm like, it's okay not to go to a session. It's okay to like sit in the hallway and chat with somebody you haven't talked to. And it's, it's funny when we come here. So, the Calgary people all hang out together. And it's like, we actually don't just hang out at home, right?
You could go over there, you could go over and introduce yourself, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
So I think that is the most important thing we can do right now is reconnect on a human level again and find out what's going on in people's worlds and what they're excited about.
The one thing that I also have been finding is that, and speaking to a lot of the people who've been presenting, is that they get the most interesting questions from the people who are sitting there listening to them.
Yeah.
Have you had anybody come up and maybe say something or suggest something to you and you thought to yourself, I never really thought about that.
Yeah, I actually, it's funny. I had a moment we were talking about certifications and our industry certifications, and the conversation always goes back to like, when is this certification going to serve me? When am I going to walk in a room and they're going to be like, you're a this, that.
Hey.
Yeah, you're hired because of this. And a great Alex Armstrong, who's a wonderful Edmontonian and event prof, she's like, I don't wait for it to serve me. I go out and I slam it on the table and I say, I'm this because I can do all of this. And that was my moment where I thought, that's it.
Yeah.
That is it. Is we're waiting for it to come and serve us when we have everything we need right in our hands. And we just need to communicate that out to people. And I do a lot of board work with associations, and that has been a big challenge. And it just happened in this conversation with the right person in there at the right time. So
doesn't that make it worth it, though, in
totally
a lot of ways? When and I love it when it's like a baseball bat across the back of the head, right?
That's it.
That clear moment. Okay, company-wise, as we kind of wrap things up a little bit here, you keep expanding. You've got all this great stuff going. You're not going to stop, right?
Nah, not anytime soon.
Anything you can tell us?
I don't know. I think that
or should we stand by?
Yeah, you can absolutely stand by. No, I think we're really looking forward to another really busy year. There's a lot of exciting things happening in Alberta. The World Petroleum Congress this year, we're just, you're really starting to see the new convention center and at the BMO expansion in Calgary take shape. It's really going to change how Alberta hosts events. It's going to allow us to bring in bigger, more global conferences, and around that, the industry is going to build around that, and we're going to get more opportunities to have more tech that's here, to have more equipment that's here, to be able to put together bigger shows, because we're finally going to be in a position where there's a market there to feed it.
How can people get a hold of you?
LinkedIn, Instagram.
Is that a big one? Because, man, I'll tell you what, I've heard LinkedIn more at this event than any other event I've been at, and I see the hunger and how aggressive people are about being connected on LinkedIn. It's great.
Yeah. Have you chatted with
With Leanne?
With Leanne,
Yes, it was the very first interview that we did, and she was fantastic.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She just gets you so ready to go.
She should be the CEO of LinkedIn. So
She-
if they're listening,
Certainly head of marketing.
Yeah.
Okay, so once again, your website?
OneWestEvents.com.
Got it. Thanks for your time today.
Yeah, it was great meeting you.
Great chatting.
Okay.
All right, thanks.